Good morning, students. Today we'll study structure and functions of nephron. Nephron is the structural and functional unit of kidney or excretory system. There are millions of nephron in each kidney. Each nephron has two components. One is vascular and another one is tubular. Let us study structure of our nephron in detail. Here we have the tubular components. Talking about the very first structure, that starts with the Bowman's capsule, that is a cup-shaped structure. In the Bowman's capsule, two arterioles, afferent and efferent arteriole enters. Efferent arteriole enter and efferent arteriole exits from the Bowman's capsule. They carries the blood to the glomerular part. Glomerulus is the network of capillaries, blood capillary, which act as a filter. In the glomerulus, the filtration takes place. Then we have renal tubule. The Bowman's capsule opens into renal tubule. Renal tubule has two ends. One is proximal and another one is distal. It also has two loops. One is descending loop and another one is ascending loop. The descending loop of proximal convoluted tubule or the loop of Henle, in this the reabsorption of water, ions and all other organic substances takes place. Next we have loop of Henle. In the loop of Henle, this part is the loop of Henle. Loop of Henle again has descending limb and ascending limb. In this loop of Henle, further the reabsorption of water, chloride and sodium ion takes place. Then we have ascending limb of loop of Henle. In the ascending limb, there will be the secretion of ions, acids, drugs and toxins takes place. And the variable reabsorption of water, sodium and calcium ion also takes place at the distal convoluted tubule. Now, proximal convoluted tubule is the anterior part. Distal convoluted tubule is the posterior part of the loop of renal tubule or the loop of Henle. Then, as the blood is filtered from the glomerular part or the glomerulus, the renal tubule carries the urine and the useful substances are secreted and the toxic substances are reabsorbed from the blood vessels that wraps around the loop of Henle. The urine that is formed in this renal tubule gets collected into the collecting system or the collecting duct. In this collecting duct, we will have reabsorption of water and selective reabsorption of sodium, potassium, hydrogen and bicarbonate ions takes place in this part of the collecting duct. So we have various large number of collecting ducts that combines to form, that opens into ureters, and ureters, left and right ureter then ultimately opens into the urinary bladder, which is a pouch or the bag like in which the temporary storage of the urine takes place. What are the tubular components of a nephron? The tubular components of a nephron are Bowman's capsule, proximal convoluted tubule, loop of Henle. We have descending limb and ascending limb of loop of Henle. Then we have distal convoluted tubule, collecting duct, juxtaglomerular apparatus. The Bowman's capsule is the expanded double-walled invagination that cups around the glomerulus to collect the fluid from the glomerular capillaries. In this Bowman capsule, the filtered fluid passes through the proximal convoluted tubule that lies entirely in the cortex region. In our kidney, there are two regions. One is inner medulla, outer cortex part. Inner medulla and outer we have the cortex part. So here we have, this is your kidney And in this kidney we have this one, inner is your medulla part and outer one is your cortex. From PCT, proximal convoluted tubule, the fluid passes to the loop of Henle. Then we have the vascular components. Vascular components includes blood vessels. The dominant part of this system is glomerulus, which contain the blood vessels. The glomerulus is a tuft of glomerular capillaries that contain the large amount of fluid and solutes which are to be filtered. Here we have renal artery, that is also named as afferent arteriole, that forms a network, glomerular network in the Bowman's capsule, and on the other end we have efferent arteriole, and then we have a capillary network that leads into the renal vein. What are the vascular components? Renal artery enters the kidney and forms the afferent arteriole. The renal artery enters the kidney and forms the afferent arteriole. So here we have, this one is your Bowman's capsule and this is the renal afferent arteriole that forms a capillary network, and on the other hand we have the efferent arteriole. The afferent arteriole delivers blood to the glomerulus. Glomerular capillary join to form another capillary, that is the efferent arteriole. Then the blood that was not filtered goes to the efferent arteriole. Efferent arteriole gives second set of capillaries, that the peritubular capillary supplies the renal tissue, blood to the renal tissue, and is important in the exchange with the tubular system. Nephrons. Nephrons, there are two types of nephron. One is juxtamedullary nephron, another one is cortical nephron. The juxtamedullary nephron, these nephron, juxtamedullary nephrons are present in the medulla region, as it get its name medullary. So they are present in the medulla region, and the cortical nephrons lies in the cortex region. Urine formation. Now in the end we have a topic, and that is the mechanism of urine formation. So let us discuss this. There are three steps of this urine formation. The three basic steps are glomerular filtration. The glomerular filtration takes place in the glomerular part or in the Bowman's capsule, where the 20% of the plasma or the from the blood gets filtered. Then we have tubular reabsorption. Which process is this? In the tubular reabsorption, the selective movement of the filtered substances from the tubular lumen takes place into the peritubular capillaries. Okay. Then the last is tubular secretion. This tubular reabsorption occurs in loop of Henle, and tubular secretion takes place in the distal convoluted tubule part or the ascending limb of the loop of Henle. In this tubular secretion, we have the selective movement of the non-filtered substances from the peritubular capillaries into the tubular lumen. For example, the movement of hydrogen ions, bicarbonate ions, sodium, potassium ions takes place. Mechanism of urine formation is described in detail. Glomerular filtration. The blood is filtered from the glomerulus in the Bowman's capsule. This filtrate passes through the tubule. Tubular secretion. Useful substances from the filtrate like glucose, amino acids are reabsorbed by the blood capillaries. Secretion, that is selective reabsorption. Urea and other substances, they are selectively secreted, which opens into the collecting ducts and then passes into the ureter. Then we have another process related, another technology, that is hemodialysis, that is concerned when we have, that is related when the kidneys are fail. It results in a lot of complications. They compensate the situation by a technology termed as dialysis. Now what is dialysis? This dialyzer, in this process we have a machine that is named as dialyzer, or it is also termed as artificial kidney. Now why it can be done? When the kidneys are failed in case of any patient or a person, then the the patient or the person is not able, or its body or kidneys are unable to filter the blood. In this case, the excess of the water and the salts are removed to balance the electrolyte, to maintain the electrolytic balance of the body. The substances, waste substances are removed from the body. So blood from the body is removed and flowed through a series of tubules. These are named as cellophane tubes, through a semi-permeable membrane, and a dialysate fluid or dialyzer fluid that flows on the other side of the membrane helps to purify the blood, or it draws the impurities from the blood. So as shown to you in the figure, we have a saline solution, and the fresh dialysate is drained into the dialyzer chamber, and the used dialysate is also drawn from this chamber. So we have inflow pressure pump for the flow of the this blood through this dialysate. Then we have air trap and air detector. As the blood from the veins of the patient enters into this dialyzer, it is purified by this fluid. And results in the purification of blood.